Now we have pinned the casing all the way around at 1.5 inches, and we have our double pins in here at the back. This is the back side of our pants. And now we're going to set the machine back to a regular straight stitch by hitting the number 1 button. And so we have no stitch length or no stitch width, and we have a 2.5 stitch length regular stitch. Now don't make this stitches too small, or if you make a mistake, it's going to be super hard to unpick it. So make sure on your machine that it's back to a regular straight stitch. Then we're going to take our pants, they're still inside out, and we're going to put the waist underneath the arm of the fabric of the machine so that we don't sew one side to the other side on accident. That's really hard. This is a big long seam and you do not want to pick all this. And then we're going to find the back where it's got the double pins, and we're going to start on one side of the double pins. And as we come around, we're going to end on the other side of the double pins, leaving this open for the tunnel opening for the casing, for the elastic. And we're going to put this thread back underneath the presser foot because it keeps wanting to come out. And we're going to put our presser foot down. And we're going to line the edge of this fold. Make sure we're sewing on this side, on the pajama pants side. I've had kids sew it on this fold. You don't want to sew on this fold. Why would you sew it on that fold? That's not going to hold this casing down for the elastic. It's just going to open up. You're sewing the side down that's sewing it to the pajama pants. And then we're going to do a little back stitch, and we're lining it up on the 1/8 of an inch line, which is the inside edge of the presser foot. And we're going to do a little back stitch. And then we're going to sew, keeping it nice and flat and straight, and we're rotating it every so often. As soon as it starts to twist, you're going to rotate it. And the pant legs start twisting, and so we rotate it, and we're keeping the other part of the opening of the waist underneath this arm. Oh, that pin's coming out and getting in the way, so I'm just going to take it out. I'm going to make sure it stays nice and flat, and I'm giving it a little tension by pulling on this hand and straightening back here with this hand to make sure that it stays nice and straight, and the feed dogs don't feed that underneath layer of fabric through the machine too fast. I'm changing these legs around because they get all twisted as you go in that 360 circle around that waist. I'm rotating it through the arm. I'm almost done. I'm coming back to my double pins right there. This little red pin wants to get stuck under the presser foot, so I'm going to take it out. And I'm back to those double pins, and what do the double pins mean? They mean start and stop. So I already started, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to do a back stitch. And I'm going to try to keep those back stitches right on top of each other because they're going to show on the front. So I'm going to be really careful and make them right on top of each other, not in a big zigzag. This is a 4 when it's small and you can hardly see it because it's right on top of itself. Then we're going to cut the threads on both sides all the way by laying it flat on the fabric. And we're going to go to the other side and cut that one flat and throw those threads away. Come to this side. Because if we cut it this way, remember, it cuts it the height of the scissors. And then we have a big piece of thread sticking up. So we're going to lay it flat this way and cut it off right next to the fabric. Now I'm going to take all the pins out, and then we'll do the next step.